Hi, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Real Talk with Michelle, and it's Small Talk Tuesday. Um, Today, I kind of wanted to talk about um, doubt. Uh, Starting the week, like a little bit of this has kind of just crept in, and it's a lot of what I talked about um, in the last um, couple episodes ago about um, repressed things from childhood. So, this entire month for me has been really eye opening because I've kind of been tuning into um, an internal voice that's been pointing out things to me in dreams and stuff like that. It's just kind of been showing to me stuff that I really did put out of sight and out of mind, but now they're coming up in my adult relationships with people. And a lot of people are being vocal about how they feel as well as myself. So I'm kind of telling people, like, this is how you make me feel, or I apologize that I made you feel like that because I'm actually dealing with this issue head on by recalling something that happened um, in my childhood. And none of these things are like, oof, whatever, but they are some things that I have to work on. And part of those are, saying this is okay. I'm not going to blame mother and father, but also how can I work on this? But sometimes creeps through there for me is doubt. And my doubt kind of comes across as like a fear of loss of something. Um, and I don't want to lose things that I really love, so I have to work really hard um, to not do certain things that cause people to actually go away, because I have the fear of loss. And once you start to go there in your brain and you start to doubt yourself or the things that, like your ability to do things or your ability to do your job effectively, then it that feeling of loss comes up for me again. So what I've been doing to kind of counteract that is to, in the moment, whenever, wherever I am, I don't care where I am, I dealing with the doubt by giving gratitude. So I'm just instantly in the moment when I feel like, oh my word, like what's happening, what's going on. I try to say at least 3 or 4 things that I'm grateful for, or what I can kind of take in the moment that's actually going to be good for me, instead of feeling like, I'm about to lose something or it's going to go away. Um, and I was listening to, which I just kind of stumbled upon, I was listening to an audiobook. I also use the public library to get books online, to get books on my Kindle, to get audiobooks. You can get audiobooks too. It's a great resource. I don't know if anybody uses the public library to access digital media. But I'm listening to an audiobook called Gratitude Daily, 21 Days to More Joy and Less Stress by Nataly Kogan. And it's, 21 days. I have 21 days to listen to something. So I'm going to do it. So I'm only on day 3, but each day she kind of tells you a story and something, it gives you something that you can journal and write down. I love to journal. I'm just getting back into like the writing portion of it, but I absolutely love doing it. I also pray and I ask for guidance on why I'm feeling unsure. And that kind of helps me just say, like, God, like, all right, so this happened and I was wrong in this situation, but also I feel like so and so could have had some fault in it. Help me figure out like why I feel so uneasy about what's going on. Tell me, am I doing the right thing? And another thing in that is to pay attention to the answers you get, and they can come in many many forms. So it could be you see, like, you see a number, or you see your favorite flower, or just ask to see things that mean something to you, so that they can continue. So God, like the universe, God can continue to show you that you are exactly like you're right or you are wrong. Sit with it. I've had to sit with something this week that bothered me, and I have a heavy reaction to things too. So I instantaneously go far left, like super left field. That's also another thing that I'm working on, from, some older issues is just not jumping to immediate conclusions about something and just finding something in my day to do that takes my brain off of this heavy thought or this heavy energy that I'm feeling. But yeah, make sure you pay attention to the answers you get from the universe that, why you're feeling unsure, why you might be having personal doubts about something. Or you can even like hit up a friend. I have a couple friends that I text when I'm feeling kind of crazy. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Mia. I hit them up and I definitely, I throw out a thought, and they're two polar opposite personality people. So I get back goodness, but a lot of things I've noticed about my friends is the first thing they tell me is to calm down, sit with something, be still with it for just a second, because I know I can come across as manic sometimes when I get something stuck on my mind. But that's the thing, when you get something stuck in your brain, you are controlling the outcome of that. You've absolutely like hopped into the emotion of something versus just chilling with it for a second and seeing if those feelings tend to weigh like down a little bit. Um, I also use voice memo on my phone a lot. Like I leave myself little voice notes or I talk to myself. So I do this in the car when I'm driving. I'm not like on my cell phone talking to people. I used to like to talk to people in the car. I'm not really a car on the phone person. I like to take my car time to be with me and like chill. And although on the other times I'm on social media, like doing stories, but I don't like to like have voice conversation with people because I don't like to like I don't want to get out of my car like upset or get out of my car and like I'm like you switch my mood before I'm getting ready to go do something that I might enjoy doing if I otherwise didn't talk to you. But I sit there in my car and I record myself, and that's kind of how I talk to myself. So when I'm talking to me, okay, sorry. When I'm talking to me, um, I tend to throw my whatever issue I think I'm having out there, and I like go and I work through it. It's like I'm talking to the therapist, and the therapist is me. I do better when I get to actually hear myself saying something to myself, like, and then I realized when I listen back to it, like kind of how silly it was, or like I don't know if you've ever read like an old journal from when you were in high school and you're like, what, you thought that was a problem? That's not even a problem in real life. Like meet later Michelle and like look at her problems. So I try to think about when I'm having doubt like that too, like will this sound silly to me years down the line, because it is silly right now that I'm even thinking that. Like, stay. So, I also, it helps me get through the feeling, the emotional part of it. So, I can kind of break down the actual feeling and the actual emotion tied to it and then work through that. So, those are some of the tactics that I deal with when I'm having doubt. What are some of the things that you do when you're having a moment that you're like you don't know how you feel? And then also I just want to say, kind of to end it out, like stay present. Stay present, stay in the moment. Figure out why you're feeling that way and what could possibly be causing it. Yeah, guys, so that's kind of what I want to talk about today for Small Talk Tuesday. Thanks again for listening. I see you guys out there. I really appreciate you listening to my podcast. It's my own personal work. It's what I'm doing. It's what I'm called to do. I'm called to communicate. If I don't talk, if you don't notice, I say talk a lot because I actually do talk a lot. I need to talk and share my voice. Make sure you leave a review in Apple Podcasts for me. You can subscribe as well, so you can make sure you get to listen to me every single week talk about topics that hopefully you can relate to or find something in to share with someone else. You can also leave me a voice message in the Anchor app, and I get to see those, and they're really sweet. I love looking at the reviews too. I'm one of those people. I do read reviews, but I just want to say thank you again for listening and tuning in to Real Talk with Michelle. I'll talk to you next Tuesday. Bye.